Hello viewers, this is another video about Peterborough's test routes. Today I'm gonna take you to test route following signs. Last time we did navigation, this time it's gonna be one of the test routes when we're following signs. Okay, buckle up. So we're moving off as normal, checking the center right mirror and over right shoulder. We're gonna signal for that guy behind us. They are still quite far, so I can move off. We're passing the test center on the right, and then we're following to the end of the road, and then we'll be turning right. So I'm checking my center right mirror, right signal on, foot on the brake, and braking gently, minding the car which is turning in, so I don't want to go too far to allow them to nicely go into this road. And I'm checking if it's clear right and left. Important to get to the edge of the road so we have the best view possible. Sometimes this road may be a bit busy. Probably now after this Mercedes. And then we're following towards the traffic lights. At the traffic lights we'll be following the road ahead. And stopping roughly at a car length away from the car ahead, so we can still see the tires on the road. The lights changing, I'm checking behind me. And then moving off. The speed limit in this road is 30. Frequently checking my center mirror. In this stretch of road you may be asked to pull up on the left in a safe place. I'm going to pull up, checking my center left, signaling left, and pulling up next to the curb. Signal off, put it in park, and then I will drive on when it's ready, when I'm ready and it's safe to do so. So I'm applying my gear first, signaling right, checking center right mirror. Just before I move I'm going to check my blind spot and it's safe to do so. Drive off. Then I'm going to take the next road on the left. So I'm checking my center and left mirror, signaling left in good time, and then looking into that road I'm turning. And at the next roundabout I'm going to go left, first exit. So again, center and left mirror, signal left, and start checking if clear to go. It is clear, I'm turning. Again, going around this parked lorry, checking my right mirror, then the left mirror before coming back to the left lane. From now on I'll be following a series of directions. The first direction being city centre. So on approach to the next roundabout or junction, I will be looking for directional signs and then check in my direction of city centre. I see my sign up ahead on the left, slightly covered by the foliage. But you can see the city centre is right, exit 3, so I'm going to check my centre right mirror, right signal on, and then I'm going to wait for my gap, keeping reasonably close to the middle of the roundabout, to the inside of the roundabout. So I'm passing exit 1, exit 2, I'm going to check my centre left, signal left, and then come off in this exit. Speed limit's 40. Remember guys, speed limits are not your targets. If it's safe to do so, we can drive at the speed limit, so closer to the speed limit. But if it's not safe to do so, because of, let's say, pedestrians who walk in the middle of the road, then we should be driving slower than the maximum speed limit. Now, the next direction will be the north, London and Northampton, so I can see it's on the left, first exit on this roundabout. So I'm going to check my centre left mirror, left signal on approach. And then to the line, looking to the right for a suitable gap. I will probably have one now. So, good acceleration. That's the confirmation sign, the North London and Northampton, it's this exit. And then I need to accelerate on the slip road to match my speed, but the car's already on a dual carriageway. I'm checking my right mirror, the car is moving to the right hand lane for me, so I can join safely, switching off the signal when I cross the line. So reasonable speed for this road. Maximum speed limit is 70, so I'm trying to drive between 60 and 70, of course if it's safe to do so. Still making sure I maintain the distance to the car ahead of me, which should be no less than 2 seconds in conditions like today. I'm monitoring what's happening behind me as well, and in the right lane. So the direction is still London, Northampton, A1 or A1M. Still following that. When someone cuts in front of you, just like that white car a moment ago, all you need to do is just ease off your gas, maybe use the brake if they too close, but try to maintain the same distance, safe distance of at least 2 seconds when it's dry. So on the left hand side, shortly I'm going to see my directional sign, and the north A1 is still straight ahead, so I'm following ahead. And my next direction is going to be Fletton Distribution Centre. So I'm looking well ahead. Try to notice any directional signs. I see one there and I need to get closer to read it, so I'm going a bit slower, easing off gas, and then Fletton Distribution Centre is left, next exit, so I'm going to take that exit. So centre mirror, left mirror signal, crossing the line, and I switch that signal off, and then reducing speed gently because I see a speed limit sign on the right hand side. I can see now it's 40. So I make sure I'm going to stay within that speed limit. The slip road just becomes a left lane on that dual carriageway I'm joining, so I don't have to give way to anyone. I still need to check in the right mirror if it's safe. My next direction is Whittlesey. So on that roundabout sign I can see it's a filter lane to the left, first exit. So center left, signal left, then I'm going into that filter lane. Again, filter lane meaning that lane is separate from the roundabout, so I don't have to give way to anyone. Still need to check if it's safe to do so, and remembering to switch the signal off as I join the dual carriageway. Now I need steady acceleration until I reach the speed between 60 and 70. Still monitoring what's behind me. Now at the next roundabout, my direction to Whittlesey is straight ahead, so I need to look for any signs that would tell me which lane to position in on approach. And I can see one on the left, so I know now that I have to be in the right lane, so check it, center right mirror, right signal, and in good time I'm switching lanes before that roundabout, and I'm going straight ahead to the second exit. So I'm going to stay in this lane with no signaling, of course, because I'm going straight ahead. I don't need that right signal here. And on the roundabout, I'm keeping on the inside, so center, left mirror before coming off, signal. And Whittlesey, I have my sign confirming this is the direction I want. So the speed limit is still the same, so the national speed limit, only the type of road changed. So now we have a single carriageway, which means it's 60 rather than 70 on dual carriageway. The sign is the same, yeah, the national speed limit sign is a white sign with a black stripe across. Then my next direction is going to be Stanground. I'm checking on the next sign, and Stanground is left first exit, so I'm checking my center and left mirror, preparing to signal and slowing down because it's 30 there. So my speed should be no more than 30 before I cross the sign. Positioning in the left lane, checking on the right if it's safe, and I have a gap after the red car. And then Stanground confirmation sign here. And this is the end of my independent part on this test route. So I'll be following the directions from myself in this case. Straight ahead, second exit on this roundabout. So center, right mirror, left mirror. No need for signal, check that it's safe. Down center left before moving off, coming off the roundabout. Left signal on, and I'm minding my speed. There's average speed check camera zone, so we must not exceed the speed limit. Then at the next traffic lights, I'm going to turn right. So right and center mirror, and I'm going to signal right about here. Trying not to cross over the hatched area, going into a box lane to turn, signaling my lights changing now so I can move into the middle and wait there for the oncoming traffic, to which I have to give way to, unless I have a green arrow pointing right, and then that arrow is a filter arrow, so then I will go. But now I have a gap, and check in behind me what's following me into this road. I can see that car ahead of me, but he probably is going to turn before I get there. So minding that mobility scooter, they come off the road now. And I'm gonna stop somewhere safe on the left hand side, so I'm checking my center left mirror, signaling left in good time, and stopping on the left by the curb. Put it in park, signal off. Next instruction will be drive on when you're ready and it's safe to do so. So I must prepare my gear first, check the center right mirror, over right shoulder, signal, when safe, go. Then I'm going to take the next road on the left, so center left mirror, left signal, looking into the road I'm turning, and looking in the back mirror, in the rear mirror, to see what's following me into this road, checking my right mirror before going around that parked vehicle, and keeping in my left lane. In this stretch of road, normally you are asked to perform a maneuver, so I'm going to perform a maneuver of pulling up on the right. I'm checking my right mirror, minding that guy behind me, so I'm going to signal early for them, and then I'm going to pull up on the right in a safe place. I have a longer stretch of curb around here, so I'm pulling up on the right and positioning my car along the curb so it is parallel, and I'm not blocking any driveways or anyone not affected by my position here. I'm going to put it in park. The next instruction in this maneuver will be, I'd like you now to reverse approximately 2 car lengths, keeping reasonably close to the curb, and then rejoin the traffic in the left lane when it's safe to do so. So I'm going to prepare my reverse gear. Before I reverse, I check from the left all the way to the right, minding the pedestrians on the pavement, but there's no one there, so it's safe for me to reverse. I'll be reversing, still monitoring my right mirror, my blind spot check, my left mirror, blind spot check on the left, keeping the car reasonably close to the curb. So I need to go past that driveway and don't block the driveway behind me. That's around 2 car lengths, so I'm going to put it in park for now, and then drive, signal left, and I'm checking from right over to the left, including the back window, and if it's safe to do so, I'm rejoining the traffic in the left lane. Then the next crossroads, I'm going to go straight ahead. So I'm getting close to the line, checking on the right, checking on the left. There's a car coming, rechecking, it's clear now, accelerate. Still checking what's following. Trying to look past that bend. And again, I'll be stopping in a safe, legal and convenient place. So I'm checking my center left mirror, signal left, and I'm going to stop just before that car in the driveway. Securing it, signal off. The next instruction is drive on when you're ready, and it's safe to do so. So I'm preparing my gear first, checking. This time I can do a 6-point check, and over right shoulder signaling, and then at the end of the road I'll go left. So I'm checking my center left mirror, signal left, and bringing my car to the line at the end of the road. Then I'm going to check right, and it's clear to do so. I'm checking left, it's clear as well. Then I'm going to take the next road on the right just after the bus stop. So I'm checking my center right, signal right, and I wait for this car to pass me and then turn in, looking into that road. Point of turn is your right mirror in the middle or halfway that road you're turning in, and again I'm checking behind me what's following. Positioning to go around that parked van, and then I notice a speed limit sign of 20, so making sure I'm not going over that. That's a school zone here. Cars parked on both sides of the road, so I'm expecting approaching traffic and anticipating them, kind of trying to figure out where I'm gonna hide or where they can go to use a gap to wait for me. And at the end of the road I'm gonna go left first exit. Well, first exit, that's not the only exit, yeah, so I'm gonna go left at the end of the road, and I'm noticing a stop sign. So I'm checking center left mirror, left signal, then there's a stop line. So I'm already positioning the car into that road I'm turning in, but I must stop at this solid line, even if it's clear. Yeah. Now I can inch forward to see if it's clear to the right, but I'm also looking to the left because that van is blocking my view. And I'm committing now. So if someone's committed, they have to deal with my position now. And at the end of this road, I'm going to go right. So again, I'm checking my center and right mirror, right signal, and then I'm getting to the end of the road, and then checking right. There is a car approaching fast. On the left I can see into that road, it's clear, and now it's clear on the right, so I can turn. Then I'm approaching two mini roundabouts. On the first mini roundabout I'll be turning right, and then on the second I'll follow ahead. So I'm checking my center right mirror, scanning the pedestrian crossing for pedestrians or cyclists, right signal, position in the right lane, checking on the right it's clear, checking on the left, making sure it's clear, and then right lane I need, which is the lane with a straight arrow to go ahead. I'm monitoring that van behind me, it's good, and again I'm scanning the pedestrian crossing, and it was fine. So nice and steady through those two roundabouts with observations all the time. Then I'm making sure I'm not getting too close to the van ahead of me, and also monitoring what's following. Again, scanning the pedestrian crossing. Minding the bus, but I should pass that narrow space before the bus gets closer. Now I'll be parking up on the left, just behind that car which is there on the left, to do an angled start. So I'm going to go close to it. At this point I'm not going to mind this solid line, I'm just getting within a car length away, and park, and then I'm preparing to move off again. So prepare your gear, center right mirror right signal, over right shoulder. Those vans are quite far. I was still looking ahead if I'm not affecting anyone coming from the opposite direction as well. Then at the traffic lights I will follow ahead. After the crossroads with the traffic lights I'm gonna stay in the right lane. So again, making sure I'm not too close to the car ahead of me. Tires and tarmac, guys. Still monitoring what's happening behind me. Right mirror, left mirror, and the lights changing. So again, checking behind, accelerating now, and then right lane here. So I just choose the lane, I don't need to signal, just choosing my position. And at the following traffic lights I'm gonna follow ahead, straight ahead. So I need to remain in the right lane, as I'm gonna need this lane for the roundabout which is past that bridge over there, where I will be turning right. And again, safe distance. Check it behind me. I can see the traffic lights are red still, so yeah, checking behind before I start braking, and a safe distance to the car ahead, still remaining in the right lane because I'm turning right shortly. Then on approach to these traffic lights, of course I scan for pedestrians. Yeah, they see me, but then I need to look into that road on the right, because if someone's coming from there, we need to negotiate their position, our position. If they're stopping, then you go. If they're not stopping, then you must stop. Then at the roundabout, I'm gonna go right exit 2, so center right mirror, signal right at this point. It's quite a tight roundabout, so I also must mind the vehicles turning around and going across the roundabout. So checking to the right hand side. I need to look in both lanes, and I have a gap now, so a lot of gas going in, then easing off gas, checking center left, signal left, coming off the roundabouts, and I'll check as usual behind me what's following. Then after the traffic lights I will be positioning in the right lane, because I'm gonna need this lane for the next mini roundabout, which is just around the bend. So I will hold my signal until I pass that entrance to the car park, then checking my center right and right signal on. So I only give way to the guys in the right lane there, and also if someone's turning around. But no one's turning around, I'm checking it's safe. Good. The end of the stretch of road, there's a quite sharp bend. You have slow there on the road, so check behind you, go a bit slower. You can ease off gas earlier. It's quite a sharp bend, almost 90 degrees. And again, trying to look into that road before I turn, see if I have enough space with those parked cars. And again, scanning for pedestrians at the crossing. Looking up ahead, I see a roundabout sign, so I'm looking for a roundabout, and it's there just past the bridge, and it's a mini roundabout. I'll be going straight ahead, so I cannot see too well to the right. Now I can, so I can accelerate, but approach slowly here. Someone may be coming fast from around that bridge. Again, checking my center mirror before I brake. Now I get waiting here as the lorry is blocking my lane, so the oncoming traffic has priority. I'm gonna hold shortly here, because I don't want to block that road on my right. There's quite a lot of traffic in this road usually. I'm gonna inch forward. After this van I can see there is a gap. I'm gonna signal for that guy behind me and for the driver of this lorry here. Then checking my center left before coming back to the left lane, and then center right mirror before going around the parked vehicle, minding the car that's waiting there. And I need to pull up some here just to change the battery in my front camera. Sorry guys for a little delay. My front camera got overheated, so I had to change the battery. Okay, I'll be moving off again, checking my center and right mirror. I see cars there, so I'm gonna wait with my blind spot check until I see it's safe to move off. Probably after this next car. So again, checking mirrors over right shoulder, and then moving off safely. And then I'm going to be taking the next road on the right. I see the sign for rugby club, the driving test center, center right mirror, right signal, and looking into that road I'm turning. That will be the end of the test route, so we'll be back to the test center. thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment. This will allow me to improve my channel and bring you more footage. Thank you.